is this so crooked here? All right, that's looking. Now I know this is gonna come as a shock, but I changed my mind. Let me explain. Basically got this thing ready to spray with the Raptor liner here that I picked up. I've got most everything up here in the front seam sealed. I got a little bit more to do, but it's basically ready to go. Okay, so the plan was in my head was I was gonna go ahead and spray that thing with the Raptor liner, the underside of it, get all that done, get the cab back on the frame, bolted up, then go ahead and do the cab corners and fix the rest of the rust issues around that lower door area. But then I thought, why should I wait, do it on the truck, and I can just do it now. So I went ahead and ordered a cab corner for the driver's side only. The passenger side over here really isn't that bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a couple patches in here and just try to patch it up as best I can and call it a day and not worry about it. All right, so I figured it was just easier, just go ahead, do the cab corner now, let's get it over with, get all that stuff taken care of underneath, then I can go ahead and flip it back up again and spray it with the Raptor liner. Then we can put the cab on permanently and be done with it. Now this corner here, obviously I need to address, but I can easily take care of this on the cab and I'll do that later. Now I'm not gonna obsess over this. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna knock this out, make it good enough for this deal. All right, that'll work. I think a lot of this is already basically broken away. I'm just gonna do kind of a crude patch on the inside for the inner part because I was too cheap to buy an inner cab corner. All right, so this is basically gonna be the same thing that I did on the 57. And a lot of you guys actually asked me about the 57, and yes, the 57's not going anywhere. The 57 is coming back. So yeah, that project is not dead. I just, I'm overwhelmed with stuff right now a little bit. We'll talk more about that later. Okay, that's free. Now we can go ahead and cut the skin off here. She's a little crusty. And some of this stuff here, oh man, there's not much left. I think I'll clean this up as best I can, this edge, and just true it up, and then I should be able to get some tack welds onto that and call it good. I need to get this patched up too, so, and then we've got this one as well. What I'm gonna do for the inner on the bottom part, since this is all nice and flat right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just trace this out. Okay, that'll give me just a really rough, you know, idea here. So I'll cut this out, and then this will rest on the inside of this cab corner, and then I'll just build a vertical that bends around to match up to the old one. All right, now I can just take this cab corner, the original. We'll just lay it over this thing. Just get it close enough anyway. Now what I'll do is I'll take that line and I'll cut like an inch and a half above it. That way I give myself plenty of room. I got this pretty well cleaned up just to try to figure out what kind of metal I'm working with here, and I think I've got enough. I'm gonna address this stuff first before I get to the cab corner. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut this thing out up here, and then I'll just, this is gonna be really difficult for me to make. I'd like to leave this edge right here. I think I can leave it. There's enough metal there, I think. I don't have a way to bend that. I mean, I can try to fab something up, I guess, quick and dirty. And then this I'd like to just leave alone too. Even if I back it up, just put a backer in behind it or something, I'll be fine with that. If we can just get it patched up, fill in the holes, I'll be fine with it. See if I can get this thing out kind of as a whole. All right. That'll at least give me a start for a template anyway. Sure, why not? All right, I got a piece of sheet metal cut here, and I'm just gonna lay it in here. And I'm gonna trace it from the back side. Get it close anyway. Okay, here's my crude rough cut. Let's cut this out. Let's see how that fits. Pretty close. Just start whittling away at it little by little, I think, here. Oh, we're really close. I just need to get this bottom. We're basically there. I'm gonna get the welder and get ready to tack this thing. All right, let's see what we can do here. I have no idea what this is gonna do. It could just completely blow all the way through this. I have no idea. This could be ugly. I'm not worried about welding up here or down here. It's this right here. That's what I'm worried about. This is gonna be hard to hold too, to get the first tack weld in. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go grab one of my little magnets. Keep forgetting I have these little things. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's see, I gotta take my gloves off because I can't feel. I just wanna get it close, guys. I'm not looking. I really don't wanna spend a lot of time on this. Okay, let's try that. Okay, there's one. Let me get this one over here. Try to get it locked in. Okay, that feels good. I'm gonna try to lock this lower corner in now. Okay, I might have the welder a tiny bit too hot, but I'm trying to kind of do it hot and fast, if that makes any sense. Okay, let me find my wire brush so I can see what I'm doing. I've got frickin' 7 wire brushes and I can't find any of them. I don't know what the hell I did with them all. Well, this isn't the one I want, but it'll work. That's what I'm afraid of. Okay, I got some of that. Well, it's working. All right, well, that upper one worked, and that lower one's working out okay. Now, this part here, I'm really worried about. I don't know if I can do it, but let's find out. I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna try to stack onto this tack here, and I'm just gonna start, just stack them and work my way down little by little by little. Whew, okay. It's working. I'm just gonna do that all the way down. And I'm not really worried about heat. Honestly, in this little corner, I'm not worried about it. This stuff's pretty thick. This is really thick too. And then in here, I'll give it a little break in between. Okay, it's working. I'm holding my breath when I'm doing it. You guys hold your breath when you do this stuff? Because I don't want to move or flinch and shoot the gun off onto that little edge. Oh man, it's working. It is so thin right there. I'm just trying to be extremely careful. All right, we're almost down to the bottom. I'm trying not to get impatient. I don't know how, but I got it. All right, I'm gonna work on this piece now. I might have to put it in on the back side and then weld it up. All right, you can see the back side of it there. Looks like it's all penetrated pretty good. Here's what we're gonna do. I just got a little piece trimmed up here and I'm gonna shove this thing in from the back side. Like that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and weld that thing all the way down through here and then we'll just grind it all out and blend it in and smooth it. I think that's gonna be the easiest way to do this. I'm gonna try to hold this and tack it without burning the crap out of my finger on the inside. Just wanna put a little bit of pressure on it to hold it in place. Okay, that should stay. I need light. I can't see nothing. All right, well, I mean, it's, you know, it's welded. Let's blend all this in a little bit. Let's see where we're at with it. I'm sure I'll have to add a little bit more here and there, and I don't know, we'll just go from there. Here's where we're at. I gotta let the compressor catch up. It's out of steam. But I think I'm basically just gonna, I'll do a little bit of touch up, but I'm gonna walk away from that. I don't wanna go too much more. I'm pretty darn happy with that. At least I've got this built back up again. So the door will seal at least, you know, hopefully seal a little bit anyway. You know, and the big thing is just filling this in to make sure we don't get anything inside the cab. All right, cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, cool. Well, that worked. It's pretty damn good. Ah, shit. Seriously, I smoked the lens. Okay, got all that cut out of there. Cleaned up a little bit. I forgot the inner braces in here, so I had to drop it down below it. But I had to go up this high anyway to get into clean metal. I got this thing cut down. Should be, hopefully, close enough anyway. Okay, that's where it wants to sit. This looks pretty good down here. I have to do a little bit of trimming, but that's fine. because I'm going to worry about this edge first. Because obviously where the door comes down, I want this edge to be perfect. Okay, I'm just going to mark the cab right here. I'm just going to sneak up on this now. Nice and slow. Nice and slow like. I'm going to cut this off just a little bit right here. I'm trying to get it to push in more. There's a big wrinkle in this stamping here. I'm probably going to have to flatten it out a little, because I can't get this to push in more to match this body lineup. I need these two to match. Let's try that. It's better, but it's still not right. Okay, there. Now I can kind of get it in there. I need to like clamp this or something here. Let's see how we did there. How about now? The hard part's going to be holding this thing while I tack it in. This thing definitely doesn't seem like it fits very well. Well, I mean, obviously this too, but we've got a lot of different problems going on here. Can we just get it good enough? Nope. Fuck. Okay, that hurt. That was hot. Okay, that looks good there. If I can just get a tack on it. Okay. All right, that's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. It's fine for this. Let's check this again. Okay, that looks good. I fucked that up, didn't I? I think I just screwed that up. I was thinking I was gonna cut through both of them, and I don't know, whatever. Don't do this. I meant to cut up here along this edge, and I accidentally cut down here too much. All right, no big deal. I'll fill it in. We're not gonna worry about it. I'll get it blended in real quick, and then we'll move on. Now I got a huge freaking... I'm so frustrated. All right. Trying to smooth out that sharp edge right there so I can just kind of carry this now and start cutting it. Just keep going little by little. Mistakes were made. It's all right. It's literally like the third cab corner I've ever done in my life. When I ground that, I tried to just, you know, arc that a little bit because it was just straight up right here. So at least that made it a little bit of an easier transition. So I'm probably gonna have to put a piece behind this thing to back it up, to weld up to, but oh well, it is what it is, it's fine. But the rest of these knocked down pretty good, so I mean, it feels good by touch, you know. This doesn't fit exactly right, and I'll have to trim it and get it blended in a little better. And then underneath, it's pushed up against that inner brace good there. And then this over here has got a big hole, big opening too. I'll figure that out, I'll figure something out. And then this I'll just trim up real nice. I'm just gonna get to welding this thing. There it is. Good enough for old Krusty. Turned out all right. I got a little too aggressive with the roll lock right here. So there's a little bit of a dent here. At least it's all solid metal. I mean, that's a hell of a lot better than doing mud and fiberglass. Okay, so I got this one curled around. I had to make a couple relief cuts right here and then down here. And then I was able to hammer that around, bend it around, and got that tack welded up into place. So now that looks good enough. And then I got this one over here trimmed out really nice and fitting really good, actually. I'm really happy with this corner since this all was gone. I'm super happy with that. But I had to push this up a little bit more to get it tacked in a little bit because this thing just didn't quite fit that great, but we got her. Okay, this is where my template comes in now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. And then I can lay this hopefully on the inside of that cab corner, and then we can just build it up on the side, hopefully. Okay, so I got a piece cut up. Now I'm just gonna lay this in here on the bottom. That fits really good. And now what I'll do is I'll just take another piece of flat and then I'll just bend it around here to match. Okay, that's held in place enough. All right, I'm just gonna kind of form this by hand as best I can. I'm just doing overlaps. I'm not doing a butt weld on this. It's not necessary. It'll be just fine. We're looking pretty good here. All right, guys, we got her good enough. I'm pretty happy with that. It's all filled in and nice and solid again. We're just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna fully weld that thing out. It's just not necessary. It was already hard enough to tack weld this stuff up here. This stuff is pretty pitted and it's pretty bad, so I'm not gonna push my luck. I was able to get a little bit more of a full weld around here, but I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll just put some seam sealer over everything, and seam sealer and paint makes you a welder you ain't, right? So I was able to get this seam right here pretty decent too. Got that welded up. It definitely supports my brace here a heck of a lot better as well. All right, so the only thing I have here is this little hole here, and it's actually pretty similar to the other side. It's kind of a drain anyway, I think that they have, so I'm not really worried about it. I might close it up just a tiny bit more. I'll just bend something in right here and fill it in a little bit. But I think we're in really good shape here. All right, well, everything's dead. All my batteries are dead. I'm dead. So that was an all-day deal just to do that. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and just, like I said, take care of the passenger side real quick. I'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and get the thing sprayed and sealed, and then we can put the cab on, hopefully, for the final time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.